Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Monday afternoon. I'm Jordan Schreier. Many of us still had to dig out this morning from the snow, and it was a chilly go of it. But on the bright side, it did make for some picturesque frosty trees, and they're still looking pretty out there. For what we can expect for the rest of our day, though, let's check on in with Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. Yes, we've been getting some really pretty pictures in from our viewers of that frost from this morning. It was gorgeous out there, and with that sunrise, a really nice shot here. Lindsay shared several from the Breckenridge area along the Otter Tail River. And of course, we just saw on our sky cam, there's still some frost. I've moved the camera so we're looking at the mount that the camera is on, and you can still see the frost on that. And then of course on those trees that Jordan just mentioned there. Here's a look at our temperatures. We are warming up because we were below zero this morning in spots. So this is a warm up now. We're at 27 degrees in Devil's Lake and Langdon. Fargo only at 14 at the moment. It's 16 in the Valley and Grand Forks and only 14 in Wahpeton. So a little cooler on the lower elevation areas there. And wind speeds are out of the south and picking up. We've got a gust to 28 in Hallock, and that southerly wind will help to continue to warm us up, though it may not feel so great still. Wind chills are down to 0 in Fargo, 1 below in Grand Forks. And we may see a few flurries, a few flakes fly by as these clouds roll through here today. So that's something we'll be talking about in just a few minutes. Take a look at the rest of the week as well, coming up in your forecast.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Lisa. One man is in jail after a car chase and a foot pursuit in South Moorhead. It all started around 1:30 this morning when Clay County deputies spotted a reported stolen car. They say the driver slid into a snowbank near 9th Street and 9th Avenue South. 3 people ran away, but they were caught. 30-year-old Philip Murray of Moorhead was arrested for possession of stolen property. 2 passengers who were caught were released on misdemeanor fleeing charges. Clay County Sheriff Mark Empting says that stolen car was spotted as officers were searching for 2 people who fled a different traffic stop. Jessica Schwenginger of Hitterdal was arrested in that case. Her passenger could not be found. Federal investigators are expected to arrive on scene today of a plane crash in South Dakota that killed 9 members of an extended family. The crash happened Saturday in Chamberlain, about 140 miles west of Sioux Falls. Most of South Dakota was under a winter storm warning at the time of the crash. The victims include 2 founders of an Idaho-based wellness company and 7 of their relatives, ranging in ages from 7 to 81. 3 other extended family members are hospitalized with injuries. A community is stunned after the apparent triple murder and suicide in South Minneapolis. The deaths include 2 young boys who were found shot outside their home. Officers pulled the victims into their squad cars, but both boys were later pronounced dead. Police responding to the original call then heard gunfire coming from inside the house and set up a perimeter, believing it to be a hostage situation. After hours of unsuccessful attempts to contact people inside the home, a robot was sent in and they found the bodies of a man and a woman. Police have not yet confirmed the identities of the victims and say they are not looking for any additional suspects. The spirit of America shines throughout the White House. That's the theme of this year's Christmas decor under the design of First Lady Melania Trump. A tribute to our nation's traditions, customs, and history, with Cross Hall transformed into a winter garden. It featured 22 evergreens, 14 topiaries, 10 floral urns, and a dusting of fresh fallen snow. The green room is a nod to some of our most beloved and classic Christmas tales. Abraham Lincoln's portrait surveying the decor in the state dining room, featuring a White House gingerbread display made with 200 pounds of gingerbread dough, 125 pounds of another type of dough, 35 pounds of chocolate, and 25 pounds of royal icing. And with the Thanksgiving break now over, the impeachment inquiry enters yet another new phase. This week and overnight, the White House rejected an invitation for the president himself to attend the hearings on Capitol Hill. Hallie Jackson has more.
The White House sharing its strategy this morning. No cooperation in this week's impeachment proceedings, telling the House Judiciary Committee it will not send a representative to defend the president at Wednesday's key public hearing. The White House counsel writing, quote, "We cannot fairly be expected to participate in a hearing while the witnesses are yet to be named and while it remains unclear whether the Judiciary Committee will afford the president a fair process." That's despite Democrats and Republicans suggesting President Trump might want to have his people present.
I think it would be to the president's advantage to have his attorneys there. That is his right.
If he has not done anything wrong, we're certainly anxious to hear his explanation of that.
Today, lawmakers are expected to review a report laying out the findings from last month's public hearings with the Intelligence Committee. Tomorrow, they'll vote to hand that over to the Judiciary Committee, which Wednesday will hold its own hearing with President Trump in London at the NATO summit that day. The White House now accusing Democrats of purposely scheduling the session while the president's overseas with world leaders. One top Democrat asked about the timing.
We're giving the president every opportunity to participate in the impeachment inquiry in a very fair and balanced way.
The White House is keeping the door open to participating in the Judiciary Committee proceedings down the road if Democrats, quote, afford the administration the ability to do so meaningfully. That's even as the president decries what he calls the most ridiculous impeachment hearings in history. Republicans are already signaling where their focus will be, planning to call for the testimony of Congressman Adam Schiff, who's been the face of the Democrats' impeachment push so far.
If he chooses not to, then I really question his veracity and what he's putting in his report. I question his, the motives of why he's doing it.
President Donald Trump has criticized House Democrats for scheduling an impeachment hearing during the NATO summit in London. In our consumer alert this afternoon, start your computers. Today is Cyber Monday, and there are some mega deals to be had. Walmart has a 55-inch Vizio 4K TV for $279.99. A KidCraft wooden swing set is $219, and a Ninja 4-quart air fryer is under $70. Walmart offers free 2-day shipping or the option to pick up your order at a local store the same day or during your next shopping trip. And Target kicked off its Cyber Monday deals a little early. Their deals include some markdowns on Apple products and gadgets from other top brands. They're slashing $80 off the 7th generation iPad and offering Apple AirPods at a cheaper price than usual. And if you order on Target.com or use the company's app, Shipped, it will deliver your packages the same day with no membership required. And don't forget, tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. It's a global movement aimed at unleashing the power of people and organizations to transform their communities for the better. It was created 7 years ago in 2012 to encourage people to do good, either through a contribution to their favorite nonprofit, do a good deed, or a donation of time, talent, or goods to a special cause.